I don't know what happened. I have no idea what just happened, but maybe spirits reprimanding me because what I did to to Consuelo. I don't know. I don't know. I was in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden, I hope everyone is coming back. Hey, Amy. I have no idea. All of a sudden, it just went blank, and that was it. So people hopefully are coming back on. Mom didn't want to. Am I like in a Twilight Zone? Right? It did stop, right? Because what happened? Good. Yeah, Ashley, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was too much energy talking about my mom and spirit. I mean, when I do talk a lot about spirit, sometimes it will do this. It will just kind of affect the electronics and stuff. So I have no idea. And then it wouldn't let me back on. It actually, Facebook just showed me like an F. Maybe it was my mother. All I kept seeing was the F logo from Facebook. I did say that when I put the fake poop and used her sweatshirt, she gave me a lot of F-bombs. So, can you hear me? Ava just froze because Amy says I lost my volume. No sound from me. Can you hear me? Tell me, is it a good feeling? Can you guys hear me? People are telling me they can't hear me. I don't know what is going. You hear me, Ashley? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, back. All right, Mary, good. Hey, Jody. Lisa, shut off you. Oh, okay. All right, people are talking amongst themselves. Facebook cut you off because you said poop? Don't just say it. Hey, Erica, you hear me? Good, Eva. Hey, Denise. I don't know what happened. Seriously, it wasn't. I don't know. Is that true? I mean, would Facebook actually cut me off? Because yes, I can hear you. Hey, Kate, how are you? Hey, Barbara, you were frozen. Yeah, Andrea, I can hear you. Thank you. Hey, Kathy. I don't know what happened. Seriously, I don't know if they just cut me off, and I don't know where I was. I think I was talking about my mom. In any case, that's the worst part. So that's what I was saying. We're good here, Mary. Good. Sorry, I confused. Actually, I think you confuse a lot of people. Let me just tell you, with poop. So, seriously, I'm thinking, maybe Spirit's just getting back at me or reprimanded me because what I did to, Consuelo. So that story from the beginning of what I told about what I did to her, that's really nothing compared to some of the stuff that I do to poor Consuelo. So you gotta have fun, right? Hey, Terry, happy birthday to the beautiful Irene. So let me just tell you about the show. So, I'm just I don't know, Amy. I don't know why you can't hear. But in any case, hey, Rosalind, thank you. Positive, that's beautiful. I love that. Only positive vibes. But in any case, can you believe that Elix and I have not done the show since, Lisa, can you please do sign language or talk very slow so pronounce all your words because I can't freaking hear you. Okay, Lisa, I wish I knew sign language. I don't. Maybe it's just me. Maybe, Lisa, maybe it's a combination of being, I know this is not an appropriate term, but being a Polak, which I know I'm not supposed to use. I'm supposed to say Pole. So Polish, being loud and, from Rhode Island, I guess. Maybe that's what it is, that I talk fast. I don't know. So I'm laughing at you guys. So listen, we haven't done the show since March 11th, which I cannot believe March 11th was the last Through the Static show. I talk to Mark all the time, Mark Clark, who produces my show and has the Jukebox show before, which I haven't seen him on, so maybe he's napping or so. But he misses us, we miss him, and I so miss doing the show and getting to have people call in and do ratings all the time, but I'm not sure how many people know. I know I've mentioned this before that, Elix has a condition called Wegener's, which he was diagnosed in 2008. Excuse me. And it's a vasculitis disease, but it's also a autoimmune disease. And he has an infusion right now. He's up to a year. He was in remission for many, many years and came out of remission. So he's back on treatment. And because it's an autoimmune disease deficiency, that his immune system attacks his kidneys. And it's one of the worst things. This disease, it can attack many, many parts of your body, but the kidneys is difficult because you don't really get any signs until your kidneys are shutting down, which is really serious. But in any case, his infusions knock down his immune system, and to make sure that there's like sort of a balance so that his immune system doesn't attack his kidneys. So far he's good, and he's doing extremely well. But hey, Judy Looney. But it's one of the things that I have to be very careful with. And up until this point, the studio is really small. It would only be just the three of us, me, Elix, and Mark in there. But it is small, and we're all using, Elix and I both have our own, which we've always had nothing to do with coronavirus or COVID-19. We have our own headphones, because there's headphones there that you can clean and stuff, but we bring our own. But there's microphones, that people speak into. There's many shows on, the station. So we're going to wait to see how Monday is, where this is going with phase 1 with Baker. And, it's just, we have to, Denise, thank you. I send prayers right back. Thank you, Mary. So he's good. He's really good. He's been doing extremely well. It's just that we have to be just like anything else, because he falls into one of those categories, someone with diabetic or has asthma. So this is sort of the same kind of category. So I have to be really careful with him. Thank you for the prayers. That's wonderful. So exactly, Wendy. So we just have to make sure that we keep him healthy, and it's not going to be worth going in too quickly, and then God forbid if he gets sick, or it's not going to help anybody. So Kate, I will tell him. Maybe he's upstairs, and I actually said to him I was going to do a Facebook Live. I was coming on at 7, and I went into the bedroom. He's watching TV. After we came upstairs and almost gave my mother-in-law a heart attack, as I mentioned with the story. In a good heart attack, in a good way, right? Fun. If anyone's just tuning in right now, they would say there's something wrong with this guy. But I said to Elix, I want to do a Facebook Live. You want to do one to check in, see how everyone's doing, tell them what's going on with the show. He wasn't budging. He was already under the covers. Not that he was going to bed, but he was watching TV, and he didn't have any phone calls tonight. And so I said to him, how about if I just do it here? And he looked at me, and with that look, I just thought, yeah, so that's not happening. Facebook Live in the bed, just the two of us just chatting. So, that wasn't happening. So I started putting my head on the pillow for a second, and then I swear to God, an hour goes by, I wake up, I just nodded off. So that's why I'm a little bit late. But how is everybody? I know I'm chatting, I'm talking, and I haven't seen a lot of the comments. Hey, Sylvia, I hope everybody's hanging in there. I know depending on what state you're in, there's all different statuses of what's going on. And I just, as I mentioned, Ashley, he's upstairs chilling in the bedroom. So that's the status. I wish I had a specific date that we're coming back. We just, again, have to just make sure that Elix is healthy and he's safe. So when we do go back, I'm looking at the comments. I'll tell Elix, everybody said hi. I'm surprised. He must be sleeping. He must be nodding off. We just kind of are very screwy, our lives here, especially if I don't have, if I don't have readings at night and Elix doesn't have calls. Well, does this happen to people, who fall asleep and then sleep whatever period of time, napping, and then get up at 10, and then what? I mean, for me, as Elix can attest, it doesn't matter, because I can sleep from fall asleep at 7:30 at night, wake up at 11, get up, brush my teeth, and go to bed and sleep the whole night. That's one thing I've never had issues with, is sleeping. And most people, as Elix is, can't do that. But your schedule gets all messed up. But listen, after dinner you go in bed, you put Golden Girls on, or you're watching something, and then you're just like, you just relaxed and you fall asleep, and that's it. So I know I've said this before. I just think it's so cool when I see comments of people saying hi to other people that are on Facebook Live. Like I see Terry Hatfield saying, "Hey Judy." I think it's pretty funny. I think it's cool. So anything else going on? Tell him to put his purple. Oh, yes, Sylvia with the purple blanket. I love it. Sylvia made such a beautiful blanket for Elix, and talking about Elix's Wagner's, so that when he has his infusion, it's 4 hours, so that he could have this over his legs. And just be comfortable. I mean, they have these huge recliners. They take care of people doing infusions. It's very comfortable. But he brings that, Sylvia, all the time. So that's pretty cool. Amira, Elix is watching. Listen, all we have to do mentally, spirit-wise, we've got to chat about him. All you have to do is say, "Where's Elix?" And look at Elix just magically appears. Kate, you remember that blanket? That's cool. I love it. So Elix is on here. Look at Amy saying hi to Wendy. Look, it's a family affair here. We just need Roberta and we're all set. So, Amanda, I swear I didn't read that comment and said the same thing you just said when you just said it. That's pretty funny. So, and I love all the love. So it's really beautiful. So that's what's been going on with us for court for me as an attorney. I haven't been in court in months. I don't even know the last time I've been in court. I represent kids, and all of my cases are connected to school. And Marissa, thank you. And there's no school, so there's no truancies because no one's bunking because there's no schools. Kids are at home, or if they're home, they're in school and they're causing behavioral problems. I represent them too, and that keeps me very busy. Clearly, if there's no school, there's no Stephen in juvenile court. Besides the fact court's been closed anyway, and they're just slowly starting to, hey Lisa, they're starting to slowly open up. So, and I think it's, I talked to a good friend of mine, Jeannie in probate, and she was telling me that I think they've been doing one day per week. And last week they were starting with 2 days per week, I think. But they're doing a lot of virtual hearings. But in any case, for me in juvenile, thank God I get to do, and I'm blessed. I get to do readings and do Skype because I am so incredibly busy with doing readings. And you probably have seen on my Facebook page, during this virus, I cut my prices in half. So if you've been interested in doing a reading and you haven't, this is a good time financially to go to Stephen the Medium and set something up, because everything is 50% off during this virus, because I know that everyone is hit financially. So, but for me, it's been terrific. I go to my office like once a week to water the plants, because I got a lot of plants there. And other than that, there's no reason for me, just to get out of the house, but there's not any reason really for me to be in the office. I'm not doing anything except just checking things. And but thank God for Zoom, and thank God that I do private readings. Yesterday I did 8 people, which is like the Brady Bunch with all the squares on Zoom. Most people now are familiar with Zoom because people are using Zoom, but it's really, people doing birthday parties with Zoom. It's pretty wild. But that's really cool. So I'm back to the office full week. Really, Ashley? Wow. So just make sure you just stay safe and do what you need to do to stay safe. And, just crossing fingers that all these fantastic doctors are figuring and getting closer to a vaccine. I just saw on the news yesterday a fascinating thing that people, and there was, I don't remember the number, but that people signed up, which is just, humans are amazing. They can be amazing because people were signing up to actually be injected with this vaccine, this testing vaccine, and then eventually will be injected with the disease. And there's the placebo group, and then there's people that have this vaccine. And the amount of people, there was I think a 30-year-old that they interviewed that was just volunteering for it, and just knowing that and all these people are going to be eventually injected with COVID-19, which potentially could be deadly. And it's God bless them, and hopefully everyone's okay. But the fact that this 30-year-old said, if I can do something to end this craziness, I want to. I mean, that's courage and bravery than I've ever seen. I mean, it's just like the people that work in healthcare, the nurses, the doctors, and anybody that works in healthcare, that is courage and bravery like I don't think anyone's ever seen. I bow to anybody that's listening, that's in, and I know there are people in here that work in healthcare. It's just the words, I guess, are not enough. Maybe that's probably the best way to say it. So, but I cross my fingers every day and pray to Spirit, and to ask to get some info. And this pandemic is very weird because there's so much energy going on. But I will tell you something, that I have never done so many readings that people are connected. Everybody's intuitive, right? Everyone's connected, but I have never done so many readings that I see people's auras and see people that are really connecting more than they ever have. And I think because this energy is so big, I think it's helping for people. And I think that people are looking for something. They're looking for anything to deal with this, right? People that are home, people that have lost their jobs, people that are working and have to pray to God they come home safe. Everybody's looking for something. And one way, what better way is to connect with your loved ones, right? Rosalind, I work at a hospital in Tennessee, administration. Wow, Rosalind. So God bless you. And God bless you that you're watching from Tennessee. I love that. So, but it's hey, Paula. I just think it's pretty amazing. So, people are searching for a connection. Kate, they are, they're looking for something. And it normally, when I do readings, gives people such peace, right? When you connect, when I bring moms, dads, kids through, whoever comes through, dogs, cats. But I think in this, environment, it just is it's even bigger, because it's so many of us are praying, and why not also feel connected to our loved ones to say, help us, help us, help us. So Crystal from Michigan, hey, Tennessee's in the house, Michigan's in the house, I love it. Mari, alola from Florida is in the house. But as a medium, I do in meditations, I ask, give me something, that I can share, that I could say for people, some positive, some, even if you tell me it's negative, it's going to be a long time. Clearly I'm not going to share that. I'm still going to stay positive, but it's difficult. I just don't, when I tune in, I just don't get tuned in. Hey, Colleen, for me, if I'm reading somebody or if I'm even chatting with somebody and I'm not reading somebody and someone says out of nowhere, my brother died, and I think of him all the time. Like this, the brother's there. The brother, if I open up, the brother starts chatting and talking. They're there in a split second. It's very simple. It's very easy. I think to have people come in, at least in my experience, and I'm sure for a lot of mediums. But something like this that's global, when I try to tune in, it almost is like I get to like a wall and there's nothing there. I sort of feel something's there, like info, but it doesn't really I don't know, it just doesn't, it doesn't sort of revolve. I mean, I can't think of the word. It just doesn't, so maybe I do need sign language because clearly I can't speak. It doesn't get processed so that I can hear something. So it's crazy. But if I do, I think for me it's more about just being positive. And I've always been an optimist and just being positive, and I think that's what we need to do. And that's what I focus on. That somehow, even maybe before a vaccine, there's some great ways to treat this, and then we get to the vaccine, however it happens. So, but I hope everybody, hey Pamela, hello. Good, people saying they can hear me now. I don't know what was that about, and I don't know what the hell happened with that last one. So, Crystal, thank you. That's really, really nice. That's one of the best things ever is, usually after readings and getting people's emails, just sharing with me the experience they've had, and knowing that they've connected with their loved ones is why I do this, and why I love doing this, and what gives me the best feeling. So Chelsea's, in the house, and Debbie Lane Fletcher, Mrs. Fletcher. Debbie, that was the old commercial, wasn't it? I've fallen and I can't get up. Yeah, the I don't know if you remember, you guys will remember this, but I was working in the 90s. I was in college and I was working at Jordan Marsh, if you guys remember that, in the credit department. And that commercial, if you don't know that particular commercial, because I know that they're out now. Here I go again with my tangents, right? This is funny, so listen to this. Bear with me. So I've fallen and I can't get up, right? This commercial's now, but there was one back in the 90s that there was this woman, and the way she falls, but the way I've fallen and I can't get up. And then the guy that is listening, the receiver, when she presses the lifeline thing, says, Mrs. Fletcher, an ambulance is on its way. So now I worked in the credit department. That's not what I was applying for, because I worked in retail, but I wanted a part-time job during college in the 90s. And I applied, and they knew I was going to school for accounting. So when I interviewed, they said, this was in Warwick, Rhode Island, the Jordan Marsh in Warwick Mall. Would you be interested in coming into credit? And I'm like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. And this is when they had, the bulletproof glass, and that we all of us that worked in credit, this is when you used to come in and pay your bill there and open credit cards, and like how there's so many stories with Jordan Marsh. But so I worked there, and it was mostly all women. I think I was the only guy, which of course I loved, because I was spoiled and I loved it. I had so much fun in Jordan Marsh Credit. But there were 3 women that worked during the day. And on the weekends, I would see them, because in the day I was in college and I would work weeknights. And they did all the deposits. And I just actually found one of them on Facebook. I found her son, and just had the son send a message to one of the women who I loved. And I used to, being like foolish as I am, I used to start with that. I used to say that the entire shift. I've fallen and I can't get up. And the 3 women would laugh at first, and they finally would say, would you get him out of here? So I get this brilliant idea. I had a little tape recorder, and I recorded that, and I kept repeating it. Like, I repeated it on this recording probably about 30, 40 times. But what I did when I recorded it, I pressed record and I let it go for about a minute with nothing, and then I started the show, right? Because I used, I think I probably used my, back then in the 90s, probably my like VHS tape or player, and recorded it, and that's how I did it. So the 3 women, they go to lunch at the same time on a Saturday. They all leave, and they got to come back to finish up and do their deposit. When they leave, I go in the back and I put my tape recorder right behind this sort of wooden petition. So it's just like right behind you, but they can't see it. So when Patty Burgess, by the way, who's a Facebook friend, she's not watching, I don't think, but she worked there with me. It would be cool if she was on here, because she'd remember this. she was sort of my lookout. And so she saw the three women heading back towards credit. Right before they got in, I pressed play and I went back to the front of the credit department, and the three of them went back, and I had this volume on as loud as it could be. And you'd be surprised these little tape recorders were loud. And so they sit down, I have about a minute and a half running of nothing. And then all of a sudden, the three of them, they all sat facing the same way, all with these deposits. These are the cash for the entire store. And Jordan Marsh was 3 floors. It was huge in Warwick Mall. And out of nowhere, you just, from behind the petition, I've fallen and I can't get up. And it just keeps saying, I've fallen. One of them, I swear to God, wet her pants. And everyone in the front of credit peed their pants. One of them just kiddingly came out and choked me. It was the funnest thing. And I'm just going to tell you something quickly. I know this is not Stephen Stories because you probably just want to get readings and that's what you watch me for. One time, I got to tell you this really quickly. When you opened up accounts in Jordan Marsh, there were these little scratch tickets. So the salespeople were incented, or their incentive was to open credit cards. And this was before, in the 90s, it was like right when the internet, the beginning of the 90s, when the internet was coming out and whatnot. So you had a call to open up credit cards. And so when the salespeople asked people, customers, do they have a credit card? If they said no, they would fill it out and then they would bring that application up to credit and we would send it off and then they would find out in the mail. But each time they came up with an application, we had these little sheets they were probably about this big, like little white circles. And each salesperson had this big card. And actually, I have friends that are Facebook friends of mine that worked in sales at Jordan Marsh. So it'd be wild if they watched or said something. In any case, so they had to fill up, once they filled up 10, the card had 10 spots, they would get it was like a little scratch ticket. One would be $100 or 20% off your next purchase. So that was an incentive, right? Especially the cash. So I took my break one day, it was a Saturday, and I was working with this woman, Carolyn, that I just spoke about. She worked in the back, but sometimes she worked out front, and I loved working with her because she was the sweetest and the most crazy. It's in a good way. And so one day I went for a break, and as I was coming back through, if anyone knows Warwick Mall, the credit department was in the back of women dresses. As I was coming through, I saw these dresses. It was spring, they were navy blue, and they had white spots all over them. So as I came back into credit, it was a slow night. I'm just talking to Carolyn. I looked down at the little spots, the little stickers we give out. And I'm like, I think these spots are exactly the same size as the dress spots. So at the end of the night, credit closes up, and then there's the managers that are assigned, the shift until we closed at 10 o'clock. So when we're all ready to go, we all walk out together. There's probably usually about 6 of us. And Carolyn and I tell her, sort of lag behind, which was not a surprise because we would chat and everyone would go in front of us, and we had 3 floors to go down. So she's like, why are we going slower? So the rest of there were 4 women, they all leave and they're going down the escalator, and I pull out a big sheet of those white stickers, and I said to her, Carolyn, these white stickers are exactly the same as the white spots on the dress. I'm like, let's take these stickers and just put them on a couple of the dresses. So she's like, no, we can't. I'm like, yeah, we can. She's like, okay. So we get maybe 3 dresses in the front and we put stickers. I swear you could not tell the sticker spots from the other spots. So we do this, we're peeing our pants, we're laughing, we're having a great time. She tells me I'm nuts. What's in my head? Everyone asks me that. I still don't know what's in my head. I think my head should just go somewhere when I die to figure out what the hell's in my head, because I don't know where these things come from. So fast forward to maybe 3 weeks or so, right outside of credit, there's the executive offices. We hear this woman, I happen to be working, you can hear what sounds like at first you don't know, and you can hear this, it's sort of like the volume goes up and then goes down, goes up, and then finally you hear yelling. I mean, this woman is yelling. So all of us are like, what the hell is going on in the credit department? So she's screaming, Josephine, who is also a Facebook friend of mine, she was in Jordan Moss. She was called the floor lady. So she would like be a supervisor on the floor. She comes back into credit, and me, the manager, and it was a Saturday like, afternoon. So there's probably about 6 of us back there. And so she comes back in, and we're all like, my manager Pat says, what is that? What's going on in there? It sounds like someone's like on fire. They're screaming. And so Josephine says, this nut brought in a dress that she purchased, a dark blue dress with white spots. And she is screaming that Jordan Marsh is selling fake dresses, that these spots are coming off, that they're not real spots, or Jordan Marsh is tricky because they're trying to add spots to make the dress the dress look pretty, but they're stickers. And she had the stickers to show and how they came right off the dress. So needless to say, I could not handle it. I went in the back. Carolyn's in the back. I tell her, and I mean, we should have gotten in trouble, but we had such a cool manager and whatnot. So my manager, Pat, came in the back. Joe came in the back. You have to know Joe. She had a mouth on her. She thinks she called me like a little shit or something like that, but everybody laughed. And of course, my manager said, we got to stop, and no one say anything to anybody. So isn't that a funny story? How I got on here to talk about that story, I have absolutely no idea. None whatsoever. So, but I'm glad you guys, there's still people watching, so I'm glad that you did, and I'm glad that you listened. So, but I see, oh my God, I can't. I hope it's for my story, right? I know, David, I got problems. I do. That's just, if you ask Elix, that's not even the surface of the stuff that has happened to me and stuff that I've done. It's not, in the same Jordan Marsh, one day in the summer, it was really, really hot in there, even though they have air conditioner, but we're behind the petition and it's warm. So being a fool, as I'm cutting across credit to go in the back to get some more money, the fan is on high in the middle of credit, the chain's hanging, and like a fool, for some reason, I just go by and I just whack the chain. The chain flew up into the fan. Now the fan's on high. You heard this noise like a machine was falling apart. This noise was so loud, like this. The fan getting caught, the chain getting caught in the fan. The fan shoots out the chain, almost decapitates one of the workers. I forget her name. She didn't last long, and probably maybe that's why she didn't last too long. She was the only one I wasn't really too fond of, and it nearly nicked her. She said she felt it on the top of her head shoot right across. I almost decapitated her, and I screwed myself because the rest of the summer, for like the next several weeks, we couldn't use the fan. So, and it was so hot in there. I don't know. You're the little boy who cried wolf. I don't know, Rosalind. I don't know. There's just a lot going on here. So, David, I think she did more about it though. It was a group of people that were so amazing in Jordan Marsh credit. Hey, Mary Beth, that she just didn't fit in. I mean, I know credit was, we're paying people's bills and opening credit cards, but the sort of the niche of everybody was just fun. And she just didn't have that kind of personality. So I think it just wasn't probably a good fit for her. So, it was. Karen says, wild and crazy times. Karen, that's like a very easy story that I have. But I'll tell you, switching subjects and talking about spirit, there's a cat here in spirit that keeps going in between my legs and purring, and a cat that's crossed, and it says, Mom is here. Mom, Crystal, I'm glad you got a laugh. So many times these incidents, I'm not sure if I was going to end up in jail. I think if this was more current times, when we had, now that we have, Facebook, and we can record, and I mean, thank God this was not then, and that nobody could do that, and nobody could record stuff like that, and especially, with the woman with the dots, even though that would have been funny to record. So I don't know who thinks of that. I'm not really sure, but I think I lived in a time that I did this that was a very good time, that there wasn't a lot of proof that I did that. So Jody, I love seeing that. There's nothing better, Jody, than, I'm going to get back to the cat, but there's nothing better, Jody, than someone like psychic or medium that does this for a living, and then to get like someone really connected like yourself, Jody, to say that I have orbs around me. Like, I cannot even tell you what that does for me. It's I love it. I just love it. So Jody, thank you for telling me that. I love that. The last video I did, someone said that to me, and I went back, and I could not believe how many of them flew by when I was doing the recording. I assume they had to be there, because someone said that, but I didn't notice it. So it was pretty wild. David, you worked at Jordan Marsh? This is you see that, Jody. Wow, so that means you're really connected then, if you see them all the time. I love that. Jody, I don't even see them. How wild is that? I don't see orbs. That's wild. But David, you worked at Jordan Marsh. So Sheila, you saw them on the last video. I did too. David, when I worked 6 years there. So I think I left there in 90. Was it 4? Something like that. I was in visual. Were you there then in like the early 90s? Because I think I started in the late 80s, I think. Was it 90s? I don't remember. I know I was in the 90s. So I dressed mannequins all day. Seriously? Wow. That's so cool. You have a yellow aura. Oh my God. You guys are like the best. You have a yellow orange aura too. Pamela, I love that you said that. And I wish I knew more. For me, I read people's auras when I do readings, right? But I don't read them in a academic way. Like, I just know when I see the colors. I'm not really I just know what I need to say with the auras. I don't know if that makes sense. So when you just say you have yellow and orange aura too, I don't really know what that means, because even in my head, if I need to see it in somebody to be able to explain what it is. I know it's weird. It's very weird. But talking about yellow or orange, that's the color of the cat, by the way. It's a yellow-orange cat that's in spirit, and it is the friendliest cat. Like dog-like, not cat-like, like dog-like, like very affectionate, and just keeps going in between my legs. Now it's on the table and just keeps walking back and forth. So I know people have cats. Pamela, I'm glad it makes sense, because I just thought when I said it, I'm like, I'm not making any sense. But, leave it to someone who's connected, Pamela, like yourself, to understand it. Seriously, it makes sense. Sheila, my Buster boy, was he yellow or orange? And is Pumpkin another cat, Ashley? Orange or yellow? Sheila, you just lost your orange cat, Dave. I wonder if that's who it is. Hi, Elena. Yellow orange. He was a hunter. Let me just see something here. But the orange cat, when I just saw the Buster boy, right? My Buster boy. But when you just said that, and I don't know, because it could be all of them coming through. But when you just said that, there's another B name, another B. So does someone have another cat? Hey, Kitty, Jackie's in the house. Another cat or dog that they used to have or currently have. I have to rewatch this video. The orbs are beautiful. Oh my God, Jody, you just gave me goose pimples right now. Denise Hackett Buttons. Oh my God, so, oh God, I don't know who it is. Was Buttons orange, Denise, also? Because I know I heard the other B, but then the cat just said another B. So mine was a Maine Coon. Oh my God, Dave, those are the big ones, right? Those are beautiful. My kitty, but I nicknamed him Babsy. Bella, she's alive. Oh, Ashley, I think, not that everyone else's cat's not coming through, but Ashley, it's yours. Because your cat, the orange one, said there's another B cat. So Bella, she's alive, so it's yours. The hunter is stepping forward. That's what she just gave me. So a gray, Amanda, I don't know what a gray Benson is, but just the name sounds so cool. Not Ashley, not no, yes. Even though, Dave, when you just talked about your cat that you just lost, I just saw your cat too. No, it's Boots. Oh my God, Ashley, another B. God. But Dave, your cat, the one that you just lost, just oh my God, Dave. Your cat, Dave. Hey, Sharon. Dave, I know this is your cat, the Maine Coon, the one you just lost. Because your cat, his face or her face, I can't tell yet if it's a boy or a girl. I don't know if you told me. Sometimes they tell me right away if they're a boy or a girl. I can't tell yet. But I'll just say his face is just, oh my God, Dave. His face told the story. And his face is looking at you, Tabby. His face is looking, were you there? Why, or, like, this is so wild that your cat, Dave, is showing me like you looking at the face, his face before he crosses, and just like remembering that face, because I can see it. It's a boy. Wow. It's funny how I honestly didn't know, but I just thought I would use his. Just know he's just giving a validation for his face. My God, that this, when animals come through, it's just so beautiful. It's just their personalities, the way they always tell me that they pick us, we don't pick them, is pretty incredible. Chris, Dave, is there a lefty? Why is your cat talking about the left? I don't know if he's talking about him or he's talking about his dad, his mom. Yes, I was there when he passed. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, he brought me to, and just is thanking you. Oh my God, did he love you guys? He loved you so much, Dave. He brought me to when he crossed, and I could see through your eyes looking at his face, and I could see like the last seconds. Wow. I don't know what the lefty is. Why is he giving me lefty? I can still hear my sweetie meow when it's quiet. Pamela, I love that. And the fact that you know that and that's real, just makes me so happy. So, Wendy, we miss you so much. When we hope to, Consuelo, Elixir's mom keeps asking, when are we coming back? And I keep saying, when are we coming back? Dave, what's the left? Are you a lefty? Is someone in the family lefty? Was there something with the left paw? He keeps giving me saying lefty. I don't know what this is. Yeah. Karen's in the house with the beautiful Irene having her birthday. Karen's mom, who's watching, turned 80. And I can say that because Karen has been very open with it. And this woman looks no more than 80 than I look. Well, I was going to say 25, but I do. I mean, I'm 27. Karen's mom is incredible. That's a woman that I am honored that I get to know all these years. I love her. So, hey, Paula, how are you? Dave, where did you go? I need to know about, that was pretty wild though, your cat bringing me to, I knew, I had the feeling that you were there when he died, just by the way he showed me his face and you staring at his face. It's pretty incredible, and how you're affected by him. I don't know if you told me how old he was, but he feels like he's been there for a while. I don't know if the comments are stuck or Dave's just not getting back to me. But just know, I don't know if Dave's still on or not, but just know that the cat, no, I don't know left. I will think about it. Dave, he just told me, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So if there's no lefties, did he have something on one of the left? Did something ever happen? Like one of the left paws, left side, left something. Unless is there a lefty? Does someone have like an animal that was called Lefty? I don't know what the left is. Lefty, left. He looked right at me. Oh my God, Dave, that's exactly what he showed me. 18. Wow. So the great thing, Dave, is know that he's going nowhere. Maybe physically he has, but no, thanks, Dave. I wasn't sure if he was still here. But anywhere else, he's gone nowhere. So, but there's a lefty. There's something with a lefty with a cat. I don't know where this comes in, how this comes in. I don't know if it's a name Lefty, if the owner's a lefty. All I know is that I keep hearing a cat scream out Lefty and says that someone should know that. So mom or dad should know that. I took care of a guy with a nickname Lefty. Wow, that's interesting, Ashley. Is he still here or is he crossed? Yes, I love Ashley. Is he still here or is he crossed? Yes. In Newport. Okay, so he's living. I don't know. I'm not really sure unless it's one of your cats giving it as a validation because you took care of. Yes, passed. Rest in peace. So he did pass. So maybe it's him. Maybe. Oh, so he did die. Wow, that's wild. If that was his nickname or name is Lefty. It is coming through, and crossed. That's pretty amazing. There's a mom here also, breast cancer. Mom, who is the sweetest here and says that my internet is slow. Ashley, Elix just brought that up today. Maybe you're also a medium because Elix just brought that up and said he's going to reach out to Comcast because the internet has been slow or weak and it is clearly can cause issues. So, no, Dave, thank you for letting me know. A mom is here. Hey, Lori, Boston's in the house. A mom's here, breast cancer, and she is beautiful, beautiful soul, and is sort of like doesn't want to interfere. Hey, Katie, how are you? The mom doesn't want to interfere. She's very, very sweet. I don't know if she died of the breast cancer or she had breast cancer and overcame it and then died of something else. She's in someone's connected to the teaching. Either she was a teacher or someone in the family's a teacher. Where's Mama here that had breast cancer? So where is everybody? Mom wants a validation, and I just said to her, I'm doing the best I can. So maybe these comments are really slow popping up, so I don't know what's going on. Just make sure, even if someone's not in here, which the mother just said they are in here, if you look at this or Karen, my mom, but no teacher. My mom, cancer. But where's the teaching come in? But she doesn't. It's not. It doesn't necessarily have to be the mother that's the teacher. There's a teacher reference here somewhere. Actually, actually, don't make me laugh. My friend is training my dog right now, and his mom. My friend is training my dog right now, and his mom passed. But so it's wonderful to see you too, Katie. So Spirit, how they do this is they give me things to narrow it down to let me know who it is. So this mom steps forward. She talks about breast cancer, and Susan, mom cancer. I was a teacher. Actually, you do make me laugh. It could be you, Susan. Your mom. Her personality is beautiful, but it's also when she stepped forward, she didn't want to interfere with anybody else. So I don't know if that makes sense. She's very, very sweet, but not a very, very pushy kind of person. She's just very caring. That's probably and Susan too. There's two kids. Someone's got two kids. I'll know if it's you. Tell me how you connect. Was your mom one of two? Or you one of two? Two kids? I was a teacher that passed late in 2017. Let me see. The connection cut me. You got cut off? Ashley? I guess we're going to have to really take a look at this because that's not good. And I did notice that the comments are kind of just going slow. Susan, yes, meaning what? Is it you? Are you one of two? Tell me. Oh, do you have two kids? I had two. Oh, Susan, so it's mama stepping forward. I had two kids. But is there a boy? Why did she talk about boy? The boy. It's funny, Pamela, right? When I say boy, my aunt had two boys. Do you have a boy, Susan? Tell me. Internet is good on my side. Oh, Crystal, thank you for telling me that. Ashley, Susan, tell me. Well, in any case, let me just tell you what your mother. So your mother she's talking about the boy, and I'm waiting to see what Susan. I can't do. Boy would be a great grandchild. Oh, wow. So you've got two girls. So I'm not surprised that maybe that's why she said that. The boy would be a great grandchild. I love that, Susan. So just make sure you know that your mom's always around. Susan, who's the legal? What your mother just brought me into court. So, and I heard the plaintiff. So Susan, is someone an attorney? Did someone have some kind of lawsuit or someone work in court? Your mother just stood right next to me and said, tell Susan the plaintiff. So there's got to be, listen, as an attorney, that's an easy one for me. There's got to be some legal piece to you or connected to you somehow. Hey, Paula, a lawsuit, custody, someone's an attorney connected to you. I need to know, Susan. Your mother is telling me yes. I get, I'm like 4 years old because I just get mesmerized by Ashley's 1, 2, 3, 5 little kids. I guess that's supposed to be Ashley, right? Is having my daughter is having a girl next month. Congratulations, Paul. That would be about the legal issue would be about my daughter's death. Oh my God, Susan. Oh boy. Wow. So I didn't realize that one of your daughters is passed away. So it's just, why your mother brings that up is to elicit that response, then to let you know that your daughter's here and stepping forward. So your daughter that's stepping forward now with your mom, Susan, is just such an incredible, beautiful, energy. She just said to me, Ma, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Susan, I don't know why she just said, don't, she doesn't want you to be disappointed. That's what she just said to me. She's got the best mom in the world, and please don't be disappointed. I hope that makes sense for you. That's what your daughter is saying. And there's something with January. I don't know if she crossed in January, or something happens, or someone's birthday's in January, but your daughter and your mother are talking about it. So I don't know also if the legal issue is done, but just again, it's just a way that your daughter and your mom are stepping forward. I mean, I get kind of tied up for words when, I see something like, Denise, Susan, sorry for your loss. It's just it's amazing. Everyone that's on here are just such great people that that's why I miss seeing all of you coming on here. So I love that everyone's saying that for Susan. So Susan, everything that I said to you, just make sure, if it's too hard, you don't need to validate it. If you want to validate it, that's fine. It's certainly up to you. Just know, Susan, there's a dad figure too here. So, hey, Shauna, I don't know if this is your dad, or this is a grandfather, but there's a dad energy that steps forward to say that he's with your daughter. So just make sure you keep that with you. And Bob or Barbara, Bill, there's a B also connected too, that your mom and daughter are giving me to give to you. So your positive energy is a magnet. Pamela, I may just use that. That is such a cool statement for anybody. Your positive energy is a magnet. I love that. That could be her great grandfather. Okay, that could be her great grandfather. So your daughter's great grandfather. Just know that there's a very strong father energy here. And who's Susan? Who's Bob? Barbara? I know Laurie just said Barbara's my grandmother, but there's a B connected to you, Susan. And the last thing I'm going to say, Susan, there's question marks with the death, I think. There was question marks, maybe not anymore, but there were question marks about the death. I can see that all around the crossing or leading up to the crossing. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just heard your mother and your daughter just do question marks, question marks, question marks. So something that somebody questioned or didn't know, or almost makes me feel, Susan, Bob and Barbara. Oh my God, Susan. Wow. So it's just a great way that your mom, your daughter's validating your family, Bob and Barbara. It's wild. But it almost makes me feel that someone still questions something. So I don't know if this is connected to your daughter, but do you still question something? Or were there questions with the crossing? I just keep question marks, question marks, question marks. So, and this strong, so that would be a grandfather for you, right? The father energy is just around. So I'm just making sure you know that. So the truth will never be known. Oh my God, Susan. You just put like goose pimples through my body. I thought it was current that this question marks, when I look at your name, Susan, just like, it's like flowing by you. And it's one of the things that I question her death all the time. So your mother just said to me that everything I said, and this is not about me, it's about you. You understand and understood. And your daughter just keeps saying, she doesn't want you to hold on to that at all. You've got such a beautiful energy to move forward. That's what she wants. So it's just, It's just a wonderful way to let you know that your daughter and your mom and grandfather are all stepping forward to let you know. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. Your daughter, by the way, Susan, is with you all the time. Even though your daughter just said to me, my mom knows that. She knows that. So I don't know if you feel her, if you know she's there. Oh my God, I just looked at the time. It's 10 o'clock. I could just keep going on and doing this till like 3 in the morning without knowing. Susan, I understand. So that's all I want. That's all I hope for when I do these readings, is that the person gets it and understands, and more importantly, understands to know that it's really your mom, it's really your daughter stepping forward. So it's an amazing, I keep saying I'm done, but Susan, there's another young female that's there. You smell, oh, Susan, I love that. I love that. So another young female, just meaning that someone who left this earth before their time, like it could be 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60, could be an aunt. I don't know who this is, but there's another female, in addition to your mother and your daughter, there's somebody else that is just giving a validation too. So hopefully you may know that or understand that. So, well, this has been my dad's twin, my other, oh my God, Susan, wait a minute. Oh my God, you both of your daughters are crossed? My other daughter is there. Oh my God, Susan. When I was ending this reading, the other female came forward and said, you cannot end this reading without letting her, you can't let my mom know. She's just, so I'm listening to her and talking to her. She just wanted, Susan, she just wanted to make sure that you knew both daughters. Wow. Oh my God. There's no way she was going to let me finish this reading without letting you know that she's here too. And she's there. Your daughters just said they're tag teaming with your mom, letting you know that, you're all three know how difficult it's been, Susan. And not that this is not enough. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine what it's like to lose a child. But, your daughters and your mom are just saying that how strong you are, because above and beyond that, just the walls that you broke down and how difficult times have been, and just know that all of them in spirit are there to make sure that they lift you and get you to a place where where you've got this strength that you didn't even know, the strength. Susan, did you ever, I know your daughters keep chatting now, did you ever, why does your daughters show me a profile picture? Did you ever think you saw like a picture of them, or are they talking about you have like a profile picture or a picture of them? They're adorable too. Both daughters are laughing and they just want to let you know they're having a good time together with grandma. Is it? Yes. Hey, Gidget. But your daughters talk about you seeing or having or looking at a picture, but it almost looks like a profile picture. It's a different picture, Susan. It's not like a normal picture that like someone's in a picture smiling. It's like either a picture of your daughters that, yeah, I mean, I knew you would have pictures because we all have pictures, right? That's not what your daughter's talking about. Your daughters are talking about like an outline or a picture that almost looks like there's a profile of somebody that you may think your daughter's in that picture since she's been in spirit, or one of them is, or there's a profile on something. There's something that your daughters just keep with you, Susan, that your daughters keep talking about, that they made themselves appear on something so that you would see that and know that it's them. So just make sure you keep that with you. Your daughters just did this to me, which means, what they're talking about. So just make sure, you keep it, or there's something in a picture, that it almost looks like there's a face in the picture, even though it's not a face. It's just a way that your daughters are saying that they've appeared to you, just to make sure that you know that it's them and they're there. So, so I'm going to leave that with you. Hopefully you'll understand that. You'll get that. Susan, thank you for letting me do this. And so much love to you losing those two girls. Just know that those girls just keep saying to me, they Stephen, we could never have had a better mom. And never forget that. Never forget that. Never ever feel, Susan, as if you weren't enough or didn't do enough for those girls, that you should have, whatever the case is, both girls are saying, my mom shouldn't even think of that, because my mom was the best mom in the world. And if anything, we gave her trouble. So they're beautiful girls. And your mother is crying because that's all she wanted, was for your two daughters to be able to come through and let you know that they're here. This means so much to your mom, Susan. So, and just make sure you watch for the birds. Your good girls just said the car knows the birds. They must send them to you as signs. Birds flying next to you, watching you. So just keep that with you. So thank you for letting me do that, Susan. So on a other note, when I came downstairs to do this reading, it's sort of ritual that I do what I've nicknamed or called coffee time. I'm like a huge coffee person. And at nighttime, I make coffee. And now Elix and his mother are upstairs. I came down, said I'm jumping on Facebook and I'm going to make coffee and bring it up. And that was 2 hours ago. So they could be both sleeping at this point, but I am still going to make coffee because I need it. But I'll bring it up. I'll go check on them. But see what I do for readings, right? Listen, thank you guys. If we're not going to come back to the show for the next several weeks, I'll make sure I do this again, that I will just shut up with my stories and spend more time. It's so good to see you, David. Spend more time doing readings, which I know everyone wants and loves, and not tell all my delinquent stories. So, all right, listen, lots of love to everybody, and it was so great seeing everybody. So stay safe and just do what you need to do, and we just all send a prayer to the universe that we get over this quickly, okay? All right, love, guys.